Hi guys, are you ready? We're gonna have a seat up front.
Doing work for a real purpose and for a real audience, we think that's deeper learning.
Our boat, when it accelerates, it's gonna like dip back a little.
Engaging students in like, what are you actually interested in, I think is a really great question.
I wanted to emphasize this point. This work is really important today.
They're thinking so outside the box at all times, and they're really wrestling with some very difficult issues and really trying to create change.
The goal of my project is to help families with autistic member in the family. I need to add my logo.
Experiencing the work and then the production or the exhibition of that work does something to a student. That sense of, I made something really cool and people came and saw it.
The ultimate goal is to show what the students have done and to communicate what they've learned.
Guys, has anybody not gotten their parts yet?
We think that when students can transform knowledge and use it in a new way, that's when they've really mastered it. That's how you know, oh yeah, that student, they really get it.
About Us is like the dreamers.
And like what we're actually trying to do.
Yeah, and then the staff is
it's like kind of like a completely different topic.
They're taking that knowledge and they're doing something with it, and they're kind of making it their own. For us, that's the achieved state, and for us, that's when you've really mastered deeper learning.
My prototype's almost complete.
Your prototype, that new flyer you're working on?
Yeah, that
nice.
we just discussed yesterday.
Okay,
so
great.
The mission of High Tech High is to have students do meaningful work through projects for a real audience, through project-based learning.
Hey guys, good morning. Whoa, that's like one of the best we've had in a couple weeks. Another group finished last night. So a little celebration for Savannah, Miranda, and Libni. Give it up for those girls.
To me, work that matters, it means that the audience is not the teacher, to put it pretty simply. So for this project, The Voice, their audience is out in the community. Every student has selected actions that they want to conduct to try to make a difference in the world. Students were asked to select an issue or a cause that they felt very passionately about. They then had to become educated on the issue, so they did significant research. It was in that phase that they started to reach out to local organizations that were working on these issues.
When you go out to the bowling alleys and you go talk with people, when you go to your dog park, when you go sell roses, that's your audience. Okay, this is really critical, important work that you're doing. So please, your audience is out there. That's why this work is really important today. Okay, so let's get to work, guys. Here we go.
They are engaged in the process of learning. They care about what they're creating, and therefore learning is not a chore, learning is fun, and learning becomes important, and what they're producing becomes important.
How am I supposed to help? How am I supposed to act
well,
now?
I have how you can help.
Okay, so maybe you should, that's not your website, is it?
Oh, my website?
Yes.
Yeah, you should add the link to your website right there.
Yeah, that's your logo, but add the link to your website here.
Deeper learning is going in depth. You're in the company of a passionate adult who is kind of going on this intellectual journey, and you're along for the ride with them. You're posing your own questions. These are the kind of skills I think that students need to be successful in college and in life.
The goal of my project is to help families with autistic member in the family and also bring awareness to the cause. What do you think?
Families with autism. Yeah. Maybe you should add a picture of your brother.
I chose this subject because my brother was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3. I'm having my brother do some splatter art on some canvases, and I'm hopefully going to sell it at a art festival that's going on this Saturday.
I know you have information about autism to raise awareness about children with autism. Do you have anything about your brother or about the artist?
Oh yeah, we do. Okay. I actually have the artist, and then I have more about autism than I have my organization's mission.
Fantastic.
This project has a lot to do with the curriculum that they're learning and the new skills that we're teaching them.
Yeah, just ask for the name so you can follow up. From her phone call, you can follow up with a professional email.
A lot of the Common Core standards focus on the ability to read expository text, to be able to understand main ideas, important details, that they're able to do that research, to dissect that text, whether it's on a website or in materials provided by the organization and then transform that knowledge into usable documents within their project. They're thinking so critically, they're thinking so outside the box at all times, and they're really wrestling with some very difficult issues and really trying to create change, and that's difficult for any person.
I think that making student work public is a great driver for school improvement.
The ultimate goal is to show what the students have done and to communicate what they've learned. I want the kids' work to be on the wall for two reasons. One, because they feel great that their stuff's on the wall, but more that the other students that see it and say, wow, I want to do work like that. So it's like inspirational, and it also makes you feel good about what you've done.
Sometimes you just come in and you think to yourself, I can't believe that 5th graders did that. I can't believe 10th graders did that. That's when you know, wow, we're really kind of getting somewhere.
Hi guys, are you ready? We're gonna have a seat up front. Awesome. So I want to remind everyone what we've talked about already, which is critique, revision, reflection. So you're at one of those stages, one of those points in the process. Through our projects, I feel that students are really engaged in something that they are deeply passionate about. Through that passion, they're learning that much more, and I feel that just enriches their own personal growth. All right, we have 2 more days, let's do this.
Zoe and I have worked together very closely on the last 2 projects, and I think the one major benefit of the collaboration is that we have 2 different brains, and we really pushed each other to places that we hadn't thought we would go. And what that resulted in was higher expectations for the students.
What are you working on right now?
Right now, I'm actually on my my website, and I was planning on adding a picture of that.
It looks much better having the top, you know, your logo.
Yeah.
Did you add an effect?
An effect? Oh yeah, I added quite. No, she said add like one more fact, so I did that.
Okay. Which one was that?
This one.
Though it is 5 times more likely in men, it affects 1 in every 88 children in the U.S. and tens of millions worldwide. Being able to see their literacy skills in action and then assess how those skills are coming out, that's very important. Just a lot of connections with the digital and 21st century skills that they're using, and it's really wonderful to see the results of that and also push them to be critical about their work and make it even better. Email me your final copy as a JPEG. All right, good job.
We are trying to create projects that have a kind of simple set of entry points, and then students can really kind of flourish in a bunch of different directions. And so for us, that's creating the opportunity for complex thinking and complex problem solving.
Guys, has anybody not gotten their parts yet?
2 voters. Wait, don't drop those.
Every day here, we throw things in front of them that most 14, 15, 16-year-olds don't have to deal with. And that's hard. It's really hard when every day you have a problem in front of you that no one's going to give you the answer to. They'll support you, but they're not going to feed you the answer. And it becomes very natural, hopefully, for these students that when they hit that stuff, it's just second nature. They, oh, I'm going to make that happen.
So find the measurements across the bottom of your hull.
Okay.
Find the measurements at the deck level or wherever you're going to make the top of the bulkhead. I teach with a physics teacher, and a lot of the projects that we do are integrated physics, some engineering, English, history is all kind of blended together. Biggest thing is make sure the lines are straight.
Okay.
Because over and over again, people keep using it. All that means is 2 points.
Okay.
Right? The project that we're working on is a survey of piracy through ancient into medieval history and a little bit of modern piracy, studying things like the abduction of Julius Caesar, geographic advantage in certain regions over time.
Really snugly, like right up here. And
So your boat goes backwards?
Sorry.
On the physics side, we actually set up a game, almost a tournament, where 30 students are pirates, the other 30 are merchants, and they have very different goals and often different materials, and they actually have to build from scratch radio-controlled boats. See if you can just get a servo working with this guy. See if you can do that in the next like half hour.
Okay. And our boat, when it accelerates, it's gonna like dip back a little.
Yeah, but
It'll be like a solid like, I don't know, we might change it.
It all of a sudden gets students so motivated that they now have this kind of endpoint where, oh my God, we're gonna actually be able to do like a little versus competition and all this, and they almost learn everything by accident on their way to that destination.
For now, let's just put them together as best we can. We've had those, it's just we didn't figure out where they went until yesterday. Okay.
The exhibition space will have the dioramas they're making in their humanities class, which are a artistic representation of their chosen piracy topic.
Ideally, to make that, we would use black, yellow, and red, but let's try it.
There's a baseline for what we expect students to learn. I want you to be able to write a 6 to 8 page research paper. We want you to learn certain content from your physics course. I want you to know certain elements of history and why they're so important. But I also want you to be able to look at this product that you're working on, whether it's a boat or some other mechanism, and I want you to figure out how to get from point A to B. And we're fairly liberal with class time, allowing the student to sit there and struggle through something so that they get that deeper understanding, that deeper learning experience.
Well, we did the math, right? So all of this together is, 1 kilo.
1,160 grams.
It's heavy. Most important to a project like this is learning to have a sense of pride and ownership of something. They know that at the end of it all, they're going to have a product that a lot of people are going to come see. And experiencing the work and then the production or the exhibition of that work does something to a student. That sense of, I made something really cool and people came and saw it.
And then we'll just fill in these two parts with like hot glue or something. And then
We want students leaving this school passionate about something and feeling like they have the skills to explore that passion.
We have visitors here a lot. They get intimidated by when you look around, you see the walls and you see the work that's done and the displays. And a lot of times they have this sinking kind of feeling of, well, this is what you guys do. We can't do that. And I guess my challenge to schools like that is don't try and replicate the work, replicate the principles behind the work.